Gemini, you are not here by accident. It is not chance. It is not coincidence. The invisible breath of the stars, the whisper of the cards, and the murmur of the spiritual guardians have woven the thread that connects you with this message. Gemini, listen. There is a voice that cannot be heard with the ears, but with the soul, and that voice has brought you here. You are receiving a calling, a warning, an awakening. Ask yourself, why right now? Why this very moment and not before? Because the universe always waits for the exact moment, not a second before, not a second after. And that moment is now. I feel in you the duality of your sign, the mirror facing itself. Light and shadow, chains and freedom, fear and courage. Your steps are at an invisible crossroads, and this is where the cards begin to speak. They tell you, see with new eyes, because what seemed like brightness is shadow, and what seemed like darkness carries the seed of your salvation. I see a warning rising like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. There are hidden forces that do not wish for your progress. They may be people, they may be thoughts, they may be habits disguised as allies, but in truth are invisible chains. Enemies that do not always wear the face of enemies, but of smiles, false promises, illusions. The question is, will you have the clarity to see them for what they are? The cards show me the figure of a wolf among sheep, a serpent among flowers, a whisper that caresses but wants to poison. Gemini, this warning is not to frighten you, but to open your eyes. The universe is shouting for you to awaken, not to hand over your trust too easily, to look behind the veils. Because not all that glitters is gold, and not all that is silent is at peace. I also sense your own mind as a battlefield. Sometimes you are your own adversary, as if your reflection in the water wanted to drag you down. But here is the first decree you must repeat with faith, with strength, with a conviction that power lies in your voice. I break the invisible chains and rise up in my light. Repeat it 3 times when doubt assails you. Repeat it when you feel someone is trying to manipulate your path. Repeat it as a shield, because it is a decree of power, and every word you pronounce is a key that opens doors. Write this now in the comments. I choose the light. I choose my destiny. And as you do, remember it is not just a gesture. It is an act of faith. And as an act of faith, I invite you, in gratitude to the universe for allowing you to receive these words, to bless this message with a like. Because in doing so you not only give thanks, you also seal a pact with yourself, with your growth, with your transformation. The gesture is small, but the echo is great. It is your way of telling the cosmos, I am ready for more signs, more open roads, more real change in my life. Now, Gemini, turn your gaze inward. Because it is not enough to detect external enemies, you must also recognize those living within you. Doubt, procrastination, fear of your own power. And here, the Hermit card appears as a silent teacher, showing you that true clarity is not found outside, but in your own inner lamp. Darkness fades when you light your inner fire. The tarot speaks to me of movement, of inner and outer journeys. Your energy prepares for a transition, a change that can no longer be postponed. The universe is pushing you toward new territories, even if your feet tremble. What chains will you leave behind? What baggage will you let go of so you can walk lighter? Remember, those who cling to the past become prisoners of time. There is a maternal force surrounding you, as if the voice of a wise elder whispered over your shoulder. Child of air, do not fear. For divine justice makes its way even if it seems delayed. Every fallen tear has been counted, every injustice recorded. And the day will come when the scales tilt in your favor. But before that victory, the warning remains. Guard your steps, guard your words, guard your dreams. Do not share them with just anyone. There are eyes that watch with envy, ears that listen with twisted intent. Protect the sacred, for not all have the purity of heart to receive it. The universe shows me the symbol of the crow, bearer of secret messages. Sometimes what seems like a curse is in truth a lesson, and what seems like a fall is a push toward elevation. Ask yourself, what recent trials have tried to break you? Could it be that they were purifying flames meant to forge your character? The decree rises again, like a sacred hammer in the forge of destiny. I break the invisible chains and rise up in my light. Engrave it in your heart, for it is the beginning of your liberation. Do not doubt it. The battle is fought on two fronts, within and without. And while you fight outside, remember to win inside first. Your sign, Gemini, is always in constant movement, like the wind that never rests. But now the universe asks something different. Firmness. Do not run from what you must face. Do not postpone what you know is inevitable. Because every delay is a closed door, and every act of courage is a door that opens. This first part of your reading is only the lifting of the veil. The mystery begins to reveal itself, and though the warning may seem harsh, within it lies a seed of salvation. Because only those who recognize their enemies can achieve true victory. And that victory, though you may not yet see it, is already being prepared in the heavens for you. The wind blows in your favor, but first you must endure the storm. And do not forget, this message did not come to you by chance. It was dictated by the stars, confirmed by the cards, and delivered to your spirit at the precise moment. I break the invisible chains and rise up in my light. Gemini, the warning has already been delivered, and now the universe shows me more clearly the faces of what is hidden. Because it is not enough to know that there are forces against you. You must understand how they act, how they disguise themselves, how they slip into your life like shadows that whisper. Hidden enemies are not always people of flesh and blood. Sometimes they are repeated thoughts, inner voices telling you, you can't, it's not your time, you're not enough. These voices are invisible chains tying your spirit, seeking to halt your flight. And the tarot shows me that these chains were forged not only in this life, but in past experiences, in memories that still hurt, in words once spoken that pierced your soul like thorns. But listen well, the time of those chains is coming to an end. The universe has decreed that the light within you is stronger than any shadow. The moon card appears, revealing secrets, showing that what is hidden comes to the surface. Have you noticed how lately the masks of those around you are falling? How what once seemed perfect begins to show cracks? That is no coincidence. It is divine design. There is someone close to you who cannot stand your brightness. It could be in your work environment, your family, or even your love life. Someone who feels overshadowed by your energy, who instead of being inspired by you chooses to envy you. That person will not be able to maintain their disguise for long. The universe will place clarity in your hands to see them for who they really are. But be careful, Gemini. Do not fall into the temptation of revenge. Divine justice does not need your hand, only your trust. Because when you attempt to enact justice yourself, you soil yourself in the same shadow you are trying to fight. Remember, light does not fight darkness. It simply shines, and the darkness disappears. At this moment, the decree rises again like a sword of protection. I break the invisible chains and rise up in my light. Repeat it right now. Feel your chest expand as you say it. Feel how an invisible armor covers you, how your energy rises. This decree is your shield against hidden enemies. I also see that your own fears have disguised themselves as enemies. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of loss. How many opportunities have you let slip away because that shadow whispered you were not ready? How many times have you silenced your truth out of fear of not being accepted? These fears are the true jailers, and the only key lies within you. The tarot shows the Tower card, the collapse of the false, the breaking of structures that seemed solid but were really prisons disguised as safety. This may hurt, Gemini, because it means letting go of what you thought was stable, leaving behind what no longer sustains your growth. It could be a relationship that no longer resonates with you, a job that limits your essence, a circle that drains your energy. Are you willing to lose what was never truly yours in order to gain what has always been destined for you? Write this short phrase in the comments, as a seal upon your life. I release what chains me and receive what belongs to me by destiny. Do it with faith, because by writing it, you are not only affirming it, you are decreeing it. And remember, give thanks to the universe for putting you on this path of revelation. Like this message as a symbol of gratitude and openness. For in doing so you not only support, you also reaffirm before the stars that you are ready to receive more signs, more guidance, more portals to your awakening. I see, Gemini, that there is a spiritual battle around you. Light against shadow, angels against forces seeking to confuse you. It is no coincidence that you have felt tired, restless in your sleep, plagued by strange thoughts. It is because your soul is being contended for. But do not fear. The balance is already tipped in your favor. Because divine justice does not forget, does not sleep, does not fail. Listen carefully. Every tear you shed was gathered, every injustice you endured was recorded in the sacred registers, and the time will come when all will be returned multiplied. Those who tried to extinguish your light will be exposed, and what was taken from you will return multiplied in abundance. The star card appears as a promise. After the storm, calm. After darkness, light. After deceit, truth. This card tells me that although hidden enemies may try to entrap you, nothing and no one can stop what has already been written in the heavens for you. Your destiny shines beyond envy, beyond shadows, beyond pain. But there is one condition, and it is important that you understand. You must learn to close doors. You cannot keep opening space in your life for those who have already shown they do not deserve it. You cannot keep feeding with your energy that which drains you. The universe will not place blessings in hands still clutching chains. Let go, let go, let go. The decree rises once more, echoing in eternity. I break the invisible chains and rise up in my light. Do you feel it? Each time you say it, your soul strengthens, your energy field expands, your destiny aligns. Gemini, your hidden enemies cannot defeat you if you remember who you are. You are air, you are wind, you are constant motion. No one can chain the air. They can try to trap it, but it always finds a crack to escape. That is you, that is your spirit. Untamable, free, eternal. And though it may now seem that darkness advances, do not forget, darkness is always strongest right before dawn. And for you, the dawn is already near. This second part of your reading does not seek to frighten you, but to awaken you. Because only those who see the shadow are able to recognize the light. And yours, Gemini, is about to expand like never before. Gemini, the hidden has already been exposed. The masks are falling, and now the voice of the universe tells you, wait, for divine justice is already in motion. That justice that knows no favoritism, that cannot be bought or sold, that comes directly from the eternal scales where every act is weighed, where every tear becomes testimony. Have you felt that you have given more than you received? Have you felt that life at times seemed unfair to you? That feeling was not an illusion. It was a test. But listen carefully, because the cards show me that everything is balancing. The Justice card appears in your reading, with its sword raised and its scales firm, reminding you that the universe never forgets. Everything that was sown against you will return to its senders multiplied. And everything you gave from your heart, even if it seemed to go unnoticed, will be returned to you in abundance. Do not think that your prayers, your silences, your sleepless nights were not heard. Every word, every sigh, every secret wish was taken into account. And now, the wheel of destiny turns in your favor. It turns, and with that movement, doors that once seemed blocked begin to open. The tarot shows me the wheel of fortune. Inevitable changes, cycles ending, cycles beginning. I tell you with the voice of the universe, what seemed closed will open, What seemed lost will return transformed. What seemed impossible will become attainable. But to enter this new stage, you must be willing to receive. Ask yourself, do you truly believe you deserve what you are asking for? Because if you doubt, even a little abundance will not be able to flow toward you. Faith is the key that opens the doors. Here arises a powerful decree that you must repeat, feel, and write into your heart. I am worthy of receiving the justice, abundance, and love that the universe has prepared for me. Repeat it 3 times. Say it with your voice. Say it with your soul. And as you do, feel your energy shift. Feel your chest expand. Feel your entire being align with that divine justice already on its way to you. Now listen. The cards show me that days will come when you will feel a different force in your surroundings. Small signs will occur. Someone seeking you with sincerity, a door opening in your work life, unexpected money, a gesture of true love. These will not be isolated events. They will be confirmation that divine justice is already at work. Write in the comments as a sacred decree. I trust in the justice of the universe, and I know that all that is mine comes to me. And as you write it, give thanks within. Like this message not only as support, but as a way of sealing your pact with the energy of justice and abundance that arrives. Remember, every action you take at this moment is a symbolic act, and symbols are keys in the language of the universe. Gemini, justice will not only be external, it will also be internal. I sense that part of you has been divided, that you have fought against your own mind, that you have been judge and executioner of yourself. But now that inner voice must change. No more accusations. No more unnecessary guilt. Divine justice also means forgiving yourself, recognizing that you did the best you could with the tools you had. And from that forgiveness, beginning anew. The tarot shows me the Judgment card, a calling, an awakening, a resurrection. This is your time to rise, to be reborn, to leave behind the ashes of what you were and become the living flame of what you are destined to be. Think, what are you willing to let die within you so that something greater may be born? Fear? Doubt? The need for approval? All that must fall, because it no longer has a place in the new cycle opening for you. And as you do, once again pronounce with strength, I am worthy of receiving the justice, abundance, and love that the universe has prepared for me. Your energy changes as you say it. For what is repeated with faith becomes decree, and what is decreed with faith becomes destiny. The tarot also shows me that changes are coming in the material realm. You may have felt stagnant in money, blocked in your work, projects that would not move forward. That was because you were surrounded by energies that would not let you grow. But now, with the fall of masks, with the revelation of the hidden, your paths begin to clear. Soon an opportunity, a project, a change will come that will open your life to abundance. Listen carefully. Do not fear the new. Accept it, open the door, allow fortune to enter. Because divine justice not only balances, it also rewards. And your reward is near. Gemini, your life is about to turn 180 degrees. What today seems like chaos, tomorrow will be order. What today seems like loss, tomorrow will be gain. What today seems like betrayal, tomorrow will be liberation. Never forget this. The universe never takes without giving something greater in return. If something or someone leaves your life in these days, trust. It is because what is coming is infinitely better. The decree resonates one last time in this part, like a sacred seal. I am worthy of receiving the justice, abundance, and love that the universe has prepared for me. Gemini, prepare yourself. Because what seemed impossible is about to manifest, and what seemed unjust will be corrected by the invisible hand of divinity. Gemini, after the trials, after the falls, after the veils being lifted, comes the promise. The voice of the stars and the murmur of the cards tell you that everything you experienced had a purpose, to prepare you for the victory that is already written in your destiny. Your soul has been tested in fire, and like gold, it has only been purified. The tears you thought were lost have turned into seeds watered in the fertile soil of your future. Today the universe reminds you, you were not born for defeat, you were born for conquest. The Sun card appears in your reading, radiating clarity, success, rebirth. This is the confirmation that the darkness has served its time and the light now breaks through with unstoppable force. The Sun tells you, what was shadow is illuminated, what was chain is broken, what was sorrow becomes joy. In love, the wind brings news. If you are alone, destiny will place before you someone who will recognize your essence without masks, someone who will not run from your intensity nor fear your duality. It will be a deep connection, almost like souls remembering each other from other lives. If you are already in a relationship, bonds will strengthen after a time of trials, and reconciliation, tenderness, and expansion will arrive. For your heart will no longer vibrate from need, but from wholeness. Money begins to move like a river overflowing. Opportunities come, proposals, projects that open the doors that once seemed closed. The universe shows me you will have unexpected income, blessings that arrive through unsuspected paths. The Nine of Pentacles speaks of abundance, of harvest, of material achievements that will not be fleeting, but the fruit of your effort and patience. In work, victory is yours. If you have been waiting for a promotion, recognition, a contract, or a change of direction, the stars confirm it is about to manifest. Your name will be spoken, your talents recognized, your voice given weight. And most importantly, you will have the courage to make decisions that change the course of your professional destiny. The tarot shows the World card, culmination, success, fulfillment. This means you will achieve goals that once seemed distant, and you will enter a new stage where you will not only receive, but also teach, guide, and enlighten others with your experience. Now, Gemini, the universe wants you to repeat this decree of victory. I open my paths to love, to money, and to abundance, and everything flows to me with ease. Repeat it 3 times, with faith, with power, with the certainty that these are not empty words, but keys opening portals. Write in the comments as sacred confirmation, I am ready to receive the abundance that the universe has for me. And as you do, remember to give thanks. Like this message as a sign of gratitude to the universe, as a symbol of your openness to receive more. For that simple but profound gesture is your way of telling life, I am ready, I open, I receive. On the spiritual plane, your energy rises. You have gone from seeker to teacher, even if you do not yet notice it. Your intuition will awaken with greater force. Your dreams will bring clear messages. You will feel protective presences around you. The universe is placing spiritual guides at your side. Ancestors, angels, guardians watching over you. You are not alone. You never were. Your color of power for this cycle is gold, symbol of victory, wealth, and divine light. Wear it, surround yourself with it, meditate with it. It will remind you that your essence is valuable, that your soul is treasure, that your destiny is greatness. Your lucky numbers are 3, 9, and 21. The 3 represents expansion, communication, connection with the divine. The 9 symbolizes the culmination of cycles, wisdom gained through experience. The 21, as in the World card, announces total success, fulfillment, the arrival at destiny. As for your spiritual energy, the aura surrounding you at this time shines in tones of yellow and violet. Yellow represents mental clarity, joy, creativity. Violet, transmutation, release of the old, connection with divinity. These colors are proof that you are in the process of a deep awakening, of sacred transformation. Remember, victory will not only be material. Your soul will find peace, your mind will find clarity, your heart will find love. That is true abundance. The union of the spiritual and the earthly, the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. The decree resonates one last time in this part as a sacred seal. I open my paths to love, to money, and to abundance, and everything flows to me with ease. Repeat it, live it, feel it. For what you proclaim with faith manifests, and what you decree with love becomes destiny. Gemini, your victory is already written. You must only walk toward it with confidence. Gemini, we have traveled together through a path of revelation. We began with the warning, we saw the hidden enemies, we heard the call of divine justice, and we celebrated the promise of victory, love, and abundance. Now, the message must close like a perfect circle, like a cycle ending to give way to a new one. Do not forget, you are not here by chance. Your soul was brought to this exact moment to hear these words. There are messages that are spoken and forgotten, but this message is not human. It is cosmic. It is the voice of the universe dressed in letters to reach your heart. The cards show me the major arcana of the Fool, which in your reading does not mean recklessness, but a new beginning. A leap of faith, a renewed life, a path opening before you with freshness, with hope, with a certainty that the best is yet to come. This closing is also an opening. It is not an end, it is a beginning. Gemini, your steps are heading toward a future full of brightness. The heavens decree that your pain will not be eternal, that your tears will become fruit, that your wounds will be the mark of your strength. Ask yourself, is not the diamond a stone that endured pressure? Is not the strong tree the one that resisted storms? You are that diamond, you are that tree. Today I want to leave you with 3 decrees that you must carry with you as banners of light. Repeat them when you wake up, repeat them when you doubt, repeat them when you feel fear. I break the invisible chains and rise up in my light. I am worthy of receiving the justice, abundance, and love that the universe has prepared for me. I open my paths to love, to money, and to abundance, and everything flows to me with ease. These are your shields, your keys, your promises. Write them down, memorize them, shout them to the wind if you wish. Because each time you pronounce them, the universe listens and responds. And now, listen carefully. What is coming for you is not small. Victories are coming, blessings are coming, abundance is coming in all areas of your life. But above all, peace is coming. That peace you long for, that calm that seems impossible, is closer than you imagine. Write in the comments as the final seal, I receive my victory with love and gratitude. And do not forget to thank the universe for this message. Like this video as a symbolic act, not only to support, but to commit yourself to your own transformation. That simple gesture is your way of telling life, I am ready, I open, I receive. Your color of power remains gold, but now add white, symbol of purity and new beginnings. Your numbers continue to shine, 3, 9, and 21. And your spiritual energy expands beyond what you imagine, connecting you with higher planes, with guides, with the very source of life. Dear Gemini, I bid you farewell with a maternal, warm, and prophetic voice. Trust in yourself, trust in your path, trust in the universe. Fear no more, for victory is already decreed. Suffer no more, for love is already on its way. Doubt no more, for abundance is already flowing toward you. Always remember, you are a child of the light, and no enemy, no chain, no shadow can extinguish your destiny. May this message be sealed in your soul as a sacred promise. And may your life, from today, be filled with love, abundance, justice, and victory. With love, with faith, with certainty. This is the end of the reading, but the beginning of your new path.